Hey Flex fam, welcome back to another episode of Flex in the City. I'm Rada.
And I'm Lisa, and this is episode
55.
55.
We have another guest on our show today, and I'm gonna let Lisa introduce him since she knows him from her Kenya days.
Yeah. So guys, as we spoke about last week, we alluded to the fact that we're going to have a guest in this week's episode. That guest is the illustrious Shiv Simani. So for our Kenyan followers, you probably are well aware of who that is. He is as he calls himself, a creator, as he corrected me, but also a coach, fitness enthusiast, and just a really great all-round guy who has done a wonderful job of marrying together the importance of mental health with physical and fitness. And so that's so much in line with what we always try to advocate for here at Flex in the City. So it was an honor to have him join us, and hope you enjoy the chat we have ahead. So today on episode 55, we do have another guest for you. Our Kenyan listeners should be very excited. Will certainly be very excited to know that we have Shiv Simani on with us today. Shivarenje. He is from my point of view, a local celebrity. I'm sure a lot of Kenyans will agree with this. A a public figure, a real sort of beacon of light in the fitness industry right now and for many years. Someone who has a wealth of experience, understanding, and know-how when it comes to fitness. And he's tried everything, honestly. So there's nothing that you can throw at Shiv that he'll be like, I personally have not tried this. He's done bodybuilding, he's done CrossFit. He when he used to clown us about CrossFit, he tried it anyway.
Yeah.
That's a funny story that I'll tell. This is how we met, like over 10 years ago. He has done a bulk, he's done a shred, he's done 24-hour workouts, which we'll also talk about. And then he's also been really open about his journey of sort of putting together the importance of mental health and fitness and physical health, and how all of that is a holistic journey. And that for us is really, really poignant, something that we always
We're
stress a lot.
excited to talk
So
about
we are happy to have Shiv here with us, and he will give you a little bit more insight into who he is, and I will pass on over to Shiv. So welcome.
that. Welcome, Shiv.
Oh,
Thank
fun
you.
fact before you speak. One more thing.
Sorry.
Shiv is actually the first guest speaker Flex in the City has ever had, because when this podcast first started way back in the day, when I was still living in Kenya, the first ever person to give our tiny little platform a chance was Shiv, and we did a Dating in Nairobi episode, which is probably still somewhere on SoundCloud.
Ooh.
And it was really a lot of fun to have him on there. And so a great friendship has developed since then. And also to know him for this long and see his trajectory of development has been amazing. So full circle moment. So very happy to welcome you back on the pod.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you very much, Lisa, Gada. It's amazing to be here. It feels good to be back again after so many years. I'm also happy to see that the podcast was brought back, was revived, and is doing so much better now. You're so consistent, and it's amazing. I know how difficult podcasts can be. So what you guys are doing is amazing. So give yourselves a pat on the back. Yeah, it's inspiring for some of us who've started podcasts and stopped podcasts. And yeah, so I know how it is. I know how it is. Thanks for the intro. I don't know if I consider myself a celebrity. I consider myself a creator. I consider myself someone who likes to lead people in the right direction when it comes to their wellness, with their fitness, their health in general. And I consider myself a sports enthusiast. So if it's anything that includes physical activity, just count me in. If it's good for the body, it's good for the soul, it's good for the mind. That's what I'm about. Yeah. Yeah, happy to be here.
We're happy to have you here.
So a little bit about just what we wanted to delve into today. Again, as we mentioned, it's really inspiring to us to have Shiv here based on the fact that he has a wealth of knowledge, but also a wealth of knowledge through experience and through, actually going out and trying things, even when those things are uncomfortable or difficult or new, which is also part of lessons that we have to learn even as individuals and how we navigate through life. It's not just a fitness thing. So a lot of those lessons um, come across circle or come across both lines. But what is really great is what I can say is since I've met Shiv, he's always had a sense of humor about himself. So when it comes to things that might, like some people might say, oh, my ego will not let me do this because I'm so scared to look, like I'm weaker than I think I am, or I might look awkward, or I might,
I don't want to
embarrass myself.
fail or embarrass.
He
Yeah.
will try it
Yeah.
and laugh his way through it. And
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
the one instance that stands out is actually the first time I met you in person. And I think you and your former sort of business partner at the time had come to CrossFit.
Yeah.
And you guys kind of used to clown CrossFitters all the time, which is the norm because, CrossFitters are kind of weird when it comes to the whole, how we deal with I'm not really a CrossFitter anymore. But
No.
how the it's very cultish. Anyway, putting that aside, so they used to clown us all the time. And at the time, it was new, very new in Kenya. So it was kind of like not a lot of people knew exactly what was going on in there. Shiv always, as long as I've known him, been someone who has fitness as a central part of his life. So he was
Yeah.
fit and he had a platform where he was known as being a really fit guy. And so he's like, yeah, let's go like
I
get
got
some
this.
content and like try out CrossFit, and we'll talk about it. And they came through.
She's already laughing. Oh my God.
Because I think those
Where
Was it that bad?
thrusters on that day.
it was thrusters. See, the trauma is
Yeah.
still so vivid.
He
Yeah.
remembers.
I
He
remember those
screamed the
thrusters
worst
and
day to
the
start on
worst. I've never
CrossFit.
liked thrusters since then. The
I don't know
worst.
anyone who likes them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And first of all, I'll even not even talk about form because it's a difficult movement, even when you know it. But they came in there and, fully going off of like brute strength. We're trying to work through this workout, loaded up the barbell because they're like, we're strong. Hey, the workout began, and I think there was a lot of reps. Wasn't it? Was it Fran? Was it thrusters and pull-ups?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't
Might have
remember,
been
but
Fran. It
it
might have
could
been.
have been. Yeah.
It might have been, but it
I know
was a
it was
difficult
short,
workout where there was
intense. Yeah.
yes,
It was short and
yes,
intense.
intense, short, but just enough volume of lifting on that thruster that you contemplate your life decisions.
Yeah.
And the faces that the gentleman had upon entering, vis-a-vis the faces they had upon exiting, was one of the
Statement.
funniest moments ever. The throat burn, like I still can't talk. I still can't talk. Throat on fire. And I was like, I thought you guys were gonna like record content. I thought you guys were clowning us, talking about how we're weak. And they used to
Mm,
call pull-ups, what do you used to call them? Fish ups? Because of
yeah.
the tipping.
Yeah.
The butterfly pull-ups. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. There was not a word afterwards because everyone's throat was raw. They were tasting just blood in the throat. It was, and I was like, and Shiv's reaction was so unexpected to me. He was laughing almost as hard as I was
Yeah.
at himself because he was obviously humbled, but he was like, this is crazy. Cut to years later, Shiv is a certified CrossFit coach, CrossFit level 1 coach. He has, done probably way more CrossFit workouts than I ever
Competitions.
have. Yeah, comps.
Competitions.
Yeah. And so for him to be able to laugh at himself and to have that humility to say, this is something new and I want to explore that. And, ego aside, to actually come and be really, really good at this
Mm-hmm.
new thing is
Mm-hmm.
something I've seen you apply across so many different things, just as I followed your journey as a friend and as a fan. And
Yeah.
it's really so inspiring to see. And I think that's an attitude and a lesson that you could take into so many different areas. So
Yeah. Wow. You brought that back. Yeah. Right from the
don't
beginning.
cry. No.
He
Yeah.
remembers
No,
that
no.
day.
I remember the day. Yeah. I remember that day. And I think for me, it was just, it was something new. Something I never tried before. So yes, I was a bit, cocky at the beginning, like, I can do this either way. But once I hit that challenge and that wall, I knew it's something I have to continue doing. I have to kind of conquer or understand better. Because I just realized, it's like I was like I'm in kindergarten again. Because I've reached this level of fitness in bodybuilding. And now I'm at this level, at the lowest level of CrossFit. And I didn't like it because I was like, nah, this is not cool, because I thought I'd reached the top of the fitness game
Yeah.
because I've done all the bulking, I've done the cutting to 6% body fat, I've done all that. And it kind of came at a good time because it was at a time when I was looking to now change it. I was kind of getting bored of bodybuilding. So I think that was one of the times that kind of sparked that interest in CrossFit for me and just making a change into other aspects of fitness than just the aesthetic aspects of it. Um, yeah.
Hmm.
So I did come back after getting certified, after doing a few competitions, after coming number 3 in Kenya, number 2 the year
Wow.
later. And I did come back and we did win the CrossFit Q2 competition. It was a group competition with Bryant and Colo, and we won. We won.
I
And
remember that day
have
too.
I was the one lifting that trophy because I was like, guys, I have to be the one lifting this trophy to come back here and
Full
lift this
circle.
trophy. Yeah, so it felt good. And it still feels good to be part of the CrossFit community or functional fitness community, to say the
Functional
least.
fitness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think
yeah,
that attitude that you've just described about like having something or thinking you've reached the pinnacle of something and then
yeah,
realizing, oh, oop, I've just
yeah.
graduated one level. Now I'm back at like base level for the next
Mm-hmm,
hurdle or the next
mm-hmm.
peak, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, and you've done everything. There's so many things I want to talk about. I'm like, there's not enough time because I'm just that already reminded me about your climb when you did Mount Kenya and
Yeah. Oh,
talking
yeah.
about the peeps. And again, hilarious because Shiv got lost on the mountain or thought he was
Oh
lost.
my, yeah,
Were
yeah.
you
I
alone
don't.
in this?
Oh, I was not alone. I did not climb the mountain alone. So I climbed Mount Kenya. This was in 2023, 22. Um, and I was with a group of people. There was about 9 of us, actually 7 of us, 1 lady and 6 gents, including me. So we were on day 3 of our climb. So day 1 was still Lake Ellis. We camped there. Then day 2, we go to the next campsite. Yeah, this was now day 3. And we were going to the second last campsite before we summit. Yeah. So we we're halfway into the hike and it's probably about 3 p.m. We've stopped to, sightsee, to take in the wonders of Mount Kenya, which is very beautiful, by the way. I don't know if either of you has climbed Mount Kenya, but it's no,
She hasn't, and I won't
Lisa.
be. But
You won't be. Oh man,
you,
it's
I
We
beautiful.
saw
can't
your
put that on our bucket list? No? Okay.
You
no.
should. You should.
The
Gotta
vegetation
put
is
it on your
amazing.
list. Don't listen to
I
Lisa.
will
Put
I
it
will
on
put
your
it on
list.
my list.
Yeah.
She'll do it for us.
I'll do it for both of
She's
us.
repping. She's repping the community, the flex community.
Yeah. So we were moving to the next station and the porters had already gone ahead because they usually get ahead to set up camp. And then we were walking behind, and now I kind of started to walk ahead of the group because I knew we were going to the camp that's like maybe 3 kilometers ahead. So I was like, okay, I can just go ahead and walk because I'm kind of done sightseeing and I wanted to get there early so I can dry my shoes because my shoes were just soggy. I was tired and I didn't want to be walking anymore. I felt like the rest of the group is walking too slow. Big mistake because there are so many trails and one wrong trail and you're lost. So it was supposed to kind of just go in a diagonal, and I ended up going straight. So a diagonal down the mountain ended up going straight. So I missed the turn because I obviously didn't know and I'd never been there. By this time, I'm 10 minutes ahead of the guys behind, and the guys in front have reached. So I'm in
Oh
the
God.
middle and I'm right on the wrong path. So I got to a point when I was like, I probably need to stop now because I got to a point there were like 3 trails and I didn't know where to go. So I stopped and I sat down. I was like, all right, let me just wait here for guys. And I waited 10 minutes and I realized I'm in trouble because there was no one coming. So I decided to walk back, and I was walking back. It started to get dark. So the cloud cover came. The weather changes like every 30 minutes, 20 minutes. It's extremely unpredictable. So all of a sudden it's foggy. I can't see where I'm going. It's drizzling and no one is coming. I'm walking back, but I'm not getting to anyone. Yeah. And I can't even recognize some of the tracks back to where we were. So yeah, panic starts to set in, and I start running around the mountain shouting,
Oh
shouting
my
for guys.
God.
Like,
I cannot.
so I'm like,
Shouting.
help, help, Then I had a whistle, and I also had a knife. So now I'm starting to think, okay, let me take out my knife because if there's wild animals here, I need to get into a fight. And let me take out my whistle because I need people to hear me. So I'm shouting, help, I'm blowing the
Help.
whistle as I like walk around. So I get to a point where I realize, okay, I'm kind of back to where we were, but I haven't
Yeah.
passed anyone and I do not know where they are. No one has responded to my calls. So I'm like, okay, I have to start walking back in this direction, but now in diagonals. So I go into some diagonals. I get to the cliff edge. I have to go back up. I get to another diagonal cliff edge. And now my heart's racing. I slide on some places. Like I remember I slid once into like a small crevice and I sat down for like 5 minutes to like compose myself, catch my breath,
Oh
because I
my
was
God.
thinking, this is how people die. Like for real. I was
This
like,
is it. This is how
this is
this is
how,
Yeah.
how I go.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
how. And I was like, I'm not going like this. That is not it. This is not how my story ends. She got lost. No, this is not how my story ends.
No,
So
it's not how it's
I
gonna end.
literally, yeah, so I slowed down. I just started walking in zigzag up and down that diagonal. And I finally met one of the guides coming back. So this other team, by night it was like 40 minutes. They'd already reached. So now the guide was coming back because they realized I wasn't at camp. So initially they thought I'd reached and I was in a tent. Then my tent mate is the one who went to the tent and realized I'm not in the tent.
Not
So
moving.
he told the guide, so they had to come. He came back looking for me. So he kind of met halfway.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so that was my
gosh.
story. This for the rest of the trip, I was right in the middle of the pack. I was like, "Yep, I'm not, I'm not running forward. I'm not staying back." Yeah. Then the guy
Can
tells
we
me,
talk
"Yes, there's no animals here." Yeah,
Wild
I was
animals.
scared of the
talk
wild
about his knife
animals,
and his
but
whistle?
there's no wild animals at that
Yeah, I was gonna
height
say I
because we
don't
were
think
quite
there's a
high.
lot of them. Yeah, that high
Yeah,
up.
I was just thinking of leopards and lions. That's all I was thinking about. But it was
Lions are not gonna
too
be up
cold
there.
up there for them to,
Lions, no, but maybe leopards?
like a
Nah.
snow leopard or something.
Snow leopard.
So,
You just
Maybe
start to get thoughts, man.
I'm sure you'd run into like mountain goats or something, no?
you see, there's no wild
Even
animals up there,
mountain goats.
which tells me, why are humans up there? You
Why?
know, is how I look at it.
Yeah.
I would look around
What
and
are
be
we
like,
looking for?
They're not here. There's a
why am I
reason.
here? Why am I here? How am I going to explain what I was doing here?
Yeah.
Can,
Oh
Yeah.
man.
can we
It's a
How did
talk
good
you
about
feel?
experience.
your
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
sorry.
I was going to say, how did you feel when you saw that guide after like those, and 40 minutes must have felt like a lifetime. How did you
It
feel
felt
when you
like a
saw that guide?
lifetime. So much relief. So much relief.
Man.
Like, I was so happy to see him. Can't believe how happy I was.
But can we
Yeah.
talk
So,
about your mindset? Like for me, I think I would have like just crawled next to a rock and been like, I'm just gonna lay here. I'm just not gonna like you were actually problem solving. Like
Yeah.
you tried this
yeah.
route, it didn't work, and you went
Yeah.
back and you tried that route. Like
You
you didn't
even took a
Yeah.
moment to like compose yourself
yeah.
and get a
Yeah.
hold of your mindset,
Like
which
Yeah.
is so hard to do when you're in distress.
And I
Yeah.
feel like from what you also told me about CrossFit, like it's kind of like an ongoing theme that you have, Shiv, in your life. Like when you come
Mm,
across an obstacle, like you're
mhm.
not gonna just lay down and be like, okay, this is it. It seems like
Yeah.
you definitely have mastered. I don't know if
Mm,
we want to use the word mastered, but you
mastered.
Mastering
definitely you are mastering because we are people, like we're always learning, we're always, you know,
growth.
growing and improving. But you are definitely mastering how to not let your mind kind of, I guess, not just give up and be able to continue whatever journey it
Yeah.
is that you're on, and see a challenge as something that you can learn from and not just lay down
Yeah.
next to a rock like I would and been like, okay,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah. Yeah. I think, I don't know, maybe it's from just a lot of practice and just wanting more and wanting to know what's past this barrier. For Mount Kenya, it was life or death, I feel like for me, because I was like, I'm not going to freeze here and I'm not going to be eaten by an animal here. That was motivation at the time. That was the only thing. That was the survival. I was like, nope, my kids need me, family needs me. I'm making it out of here, no matter
yeah,
what.
yeah.
Um, in CrossFit, in workouts, maybe I talk about the 24-hour workout now.
That's
Maybe this
yeah,
is a good
perfect
segue
segue
into
Yeah.
because
that.
I was actually gonna
Yeah.
say that like can parlay perfectly into
How you
Yeah.
did that, how
what
you
possessed you first of all to do it?
and kept going.
What was the motivation
Yeah.
to do
What
something like
possessed
that?
me? Oh,
Twice.
so I've done this twice, and I feel like the first time was actually easier than the second time, because the first time
Mhm.
you don't know what's
You
next.
don't
You've
know
never
what's
done this
coming.
That's
before.
true.
You
Yeah,
don't know
there's no
what's coming. So
There's none of that.
you're just going. But the second time, you're
Yeah.
like, wow, I remember this hour and this hour and this hour. I was struggling. This hour, I was cramping. This hour, I didn't want to do anything. So the motivation for the 24-hour workout, especially the first time in 2019 and even the second time, was basically to promote fitness in general. Um, because the biggest excuse, or one of the biggest excuses I usually get as a coach from people who are looking to train or transform, is time.
I don't
So
have
it's
time.
always, I don't have time. And it drives me nuts when people say that. It really does,
Yeah,
because I think we all have time. I think we can all make time. So actually, the
100%.
theme for the 2019 24-hour workout was make the time. That was the hashtag. So we have 24 hours in a day. So it doesn't matter which hour of the 24 hours you get a workout in, they all matter. So there's no best time, no worst time. You can work out at 1 a.m., you can work out at 6, you can work out at 9 a.m., at 3 p.m. It doesn't matter, because it's always, so, okay, then, in the mornings, the next excuse is, yeah, in the morning I have work, then in the evening I'm tired. So what's the best time to work out? I'm like, there's no best time. The best time is when you make the time. So
Yeah,
that was the
when you make
theme of, yeah, exactly. And prior to that, there's someone I follow. He's called Jay. He's British uh, coach, also used to be in bodybuilding and is into transforming lives. And I watched him do a 24-hour run backwards, and I watched him do a
Ah,
jump Everest. Yeah. And I watched him do a 24-hour sled push. He actually has 2 of the Guinness records. So he pushed a sled in his gym up and down for 24 hours. Yeah,
what?
with weights. Yeah, up and down. His feet and toes were like done and blistered.
kidding.
So yeah, I think I got so much motivation from that. Then the next time he
Yeah.
ran backwards on a track, a 400-meter track, for 24 hours. Then
Wow.
he has the record
Okay,
for.
I didn't know about any
So
of
now,
these.
yeah, and then the latest one, he box jumped Everest. So he got a box jump, and he did box jumps up and down as many times as it takes to do the height of Everest. So it took him, I think, was
He's
it
walking around
23
with a box.
hours? No, no, no. So the box is in one place. So he jumps. So it's like the box is 24 inches, yeah, or was it 20
Yeah.
Yeah,
inches? So he
so
jumps, that's
to
20
the
inches down.
height,
Jump,
to the
yes, to the
equivalent,
Oh.
height equivalent. So as many box jumps as it takes to do the height of
to do
Everest.
the height of Everest.
That's
Yeah. So that was, I think, 23 hours
What
of
does this
that.
guy look like? I'm just thinking about like, what did the legs
legs
look like?
are pop, pop,
He has his quads are like the size, his calves are the size of my quads.
Oh
That
my
he has that
God.
build. He has that build. So he's a former British Army individual. He was actually stationed in Somalia and Kenya like way back. I just found him on IG, and so much of him related to what I'm about. So I was like, I got the motivation from that, and I was like, okay, no one's ever done a 24-hour workout in Kenya. I was like, why not? Why can't I be the one to do it? So let's just go ahead and do this. So training was like, what blueprint can I use? I was like, let me just train as much as I can, 2-3 times a day. Anytime I get, I'm training. And towards the 24-hour workout, I went vegetarian on month 3 towards, because I started researching and I saw that most of the long distance athletes, like in Kipchoge, tend to go more vegetarian and vegan towards competition day because it's better for your
Okay.
recovery. Not great for your muscle mass, but great for your recovery. Then a month to the thing, I went vegan. So I was like now pure vegan. So I was able to train 3 times a day, but I had zero soreness because I was like optimizing my recovery as much as possible because of all the extra carbs I was eating from the beans and black beans, and I was eating so clean. So I was feeling really good going into the competition. I mean, into the 24-hour workout. So by the second time I was doing it, I kind of already had that blueprint of how to train for this and how to eat during the 24 hours to not cramp
Oh
up,
yeah.
to be able to stay strong and active for the full 24 hours, to not sleep, to, yeah. So
So you
it
actually
was,
ate during it as well. What is it, like
yeah,
protein bars or energy
no.
drink?
So I was keeping it uh, vegan. I was doing a lot of almond nuts. I was doing there's this fruit that's orange, apricots. I was doing a lot of berries, bananas. I was doing a banana after every hour from the first hour. So then the next
not
hour
to
I put some
pump against
berries.
the
Then after that some hummus,
That's
because it's also
hummus,
hummus.
hummus, because it's also packed with, all the goodness of carbs,
chickpeas,
Chickpeas.
tahini,
chickpeas,
sesame
and it's
seeds.
great for energy and like long
Yeah.
sustaining energy. So immediately after a workout, I eat one of those. Immediately after a workout, and I was trying to drink like a 300 ml water immediately after the workout. So to recover, but the next workout, again, after 20 minutes, 30 minutes of the
Were you
workout, immediately eat. I had a whole time schedule and timetable and everything. Yeah.
and was your workout
Yeah.
like were the workouts meant for you to go to like to push to your limit, or it was just the idea of just to be
Mm.
moving around?
It was the idea. So the first time I was pushing
We were
to
pushing. I
like
remember watching that live feed.
75%. Yeah.
I was
Wow.
The
like,
first
And
time
it
was
was
a bit.
televised. Not like it
So
was you had it
that was the
online, or I
second
guess.
time. Yeah. So the
oh,
second
it's the
time
second time
was
the one that I watched
fully
then.
televised. It was fully broadcast for the full 24 hours. Shout
Wow.
out Mike. He was my producer and production team for the whole event. So the first time I was, but I learned from that, and I didn't need to do that. The second time, the thing what I added apart from the whole production was introducing different aspects of fitness for every hour. So in hour one, I was inviting different coaches. Like I would have Ed from Z6 coming. I would have
Yeah.
yoga, a lady who does yoga coming for the next hour. The hour after that, and someone who does calisthenics. So the idea was we do a different kind of fitness workout for each of the hours, as many hours as we can. And then at the end of the workout, like after 20 minutes, we do like a 10-minute interview. I talk about the interview, the coach. We talk about why he does, about that aspect of fitness, basically promoting fitness in general and letting guys know apart from we have different hours in that day that we can work out, we also have different ways we can work out. You can do your Pilates, you can do your yoga, CrossFit, bodybuilding. And bodybuilding, you can do legs, you can do arms, you can do anything as long
You
as you're
can go
being
for a walk.
active.
Like the idea is just to
Yeah.
move.
Yes, exactly. So that was the point. It's to promote fitness, to promote the different coaches we have in Nairobi and the different workout styles that we have in Nairobi. That's really why I did it.
I
Yeah.
love that
That was
so
amazing.
much. I think you'll
Yeah,
have to do another one.
Would you ever consider doing another one?
I would. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I think
Good.
I
So
think I think 2 years is a good time to forget. So 2019 to
that's what
2023.
women say about
Yeah.
childbirth. But
Yeah,
true.
you think you kind of need to
We
forget
keep
that
doing it.
trauma.
For it to be like a bit fuzzy in the memory, then you're like, yeah, I
Yeah.
could do it.
Yeah.
I could do it.
Yeah, you can do it again till you do it. You're like, oh man.
First hour in, you're like, I'm
You're like,
locked in
ah,
now.
yeah. So a lot of it was also mindset in terms of, so I made sure that in every hour I had the same warm up. So it kind of programmed my mind and body to, at the top of the hour, I just start doing this warm up. So by the end of
Yeah.
this warm up, I'm primed to know, all right, it's workout time. No matter what, I have to do this warm up. So I just tried to make things easier for my mind to just get into the next one without having to overthink things and just keep moving. The threat for this 24-hour is just cramping at some point. That's what you don't want to cramp, because once cramp starts, then yeah,
Yeah.
No.
getting rid of it is difficult. So
Yeah.
hydration and proper nutrition, so essential. Yeah. And towards the end, super energetic. You just start, because so many people start to come in and you start to feed off the
Yeah, that was
energy.
the best thing to see. Like people
Yeah.
coming to train with you at like 2, 3 a.m. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
You told me there
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
some like rappers that showed up.
Yeah, didn't
Yeah.
Calligraph come to train with you at
Calligraph
like,
showed up. Yeah. He
yeah,
came
that's
at
one of your favorite rappers anyway, right?
Yeah. And he
Yeah.
came at 2 a.m. straight from a show. So he's also into fitness and working out. So I was shocked. He was like, yeah, I'm coming. After a show, he called me and he's like, yeah, I'm from KCC, but I'm on my way. I was like, what? Yeah. So that was nice. That was very nice of him.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. It was so good to watch and so inspiring. Like,
Is
uh,
this
Thank
is
you.
this anywhere on YouTube or like can we watch this at all? Like
We
a
lost the stream.
recording?
you
We lost
what?
the stream. So we've been trying to
Shut
get it
it.
back from YouTube because I don't even know how to explain it, because so we were using broadcast equipment through my account, but we might have, I don't know. I don't know. He was, I can't even explain, but let's just say technical difficulty in recording, because we tried to save it immediately after,
Yeah,
then it was
as you do.
saving, then it didn't save. So I don't know if it's because we went live on sometimes, then we were not. I don't understand, because there were ads in between. So
Oh, right,
he was
right, right,
running
right.
ads in between. So I don't know if it's because of the ads that YouTube was having
It
an
might be
issue.
ads or if there's audio. Sometimes
Yeah,
if
there
there's
was
music,
audio
like in the background, if
and there
there's
was that
music,
too.
then YouTube
Yeah,
might like
yeah. So he was
Okay.
running ads, like you see the way, like, you'd watch the CrossFit games and there's the ads, then there's
yeah,
the
like the
music from the
ticker.
gym. So we feel like there's a technical issue somewhere between there. So it hurts. It hurts because I'm like, oh my
Oh, that's
goodness. Yeah.
so
But
heartbreaking. It just means you have to do it again. That's the only
I
thing
Exactly.
just have to do
saying.
it
You
again.
have to do it
You have to
again.
do it again.
And now you
Yeah.
get even more people that are gonna,
Yeah,
join in on this movement. I think it would be
Yeah.
it would be even more powerful.
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
inspiring.
So such a beautiful
Yeah.
campaign just to get people
Yeah.
moving and to show them that hey, you just need to make the time.
Yeah.
And it's there. Yeah. You
Mm.
spoke about how you had the same warm up every time.
Hmm.
And it was sort of a way to not just warm up your body, but to actually prime your mind to be ready
Yeah.
to get in like the zone for a workout is coming up. So when you
Yeah.
talk about like that priming and that sort of like, organizing your mind, preparing your mind for something to get in the zone, is that something that you learned or is that something you consciously like cultivate through reading or through meditation, or is it something that you just kind of figured out, oh, this works, so I'm just going to keep doing it? How did that become part of your
Mm,
motivation or your method?
good question. I think it's a mix of different things from reading, from practice, from the first time. It's a mix of the two. I think before this last one, I was into the habit stacking thing, where you try to make it as easy as possible for you to achieve something without having to jump through hurdles that you really don't have to. So in other
Yeah.
ways, like put your clothes out before the night before, do this,
Yeah.
put your shoe, all that. So it's like you wake up and I don't have to think about, okay, what clothes am I wearing? So it was kind of the same thing for this. Like I don't think about the warm up. That's one extra headache I don't need to think about. I just want to do this movement, and it's kind of programmed in my mind that, yeah, it's time to lock in, um, kind of thing. So I think it's a bit of practice with different things and aspects of your life, and noticing, okay, if there's things I don't need to put that willpower,
Mm.
into it, if it just comes as part of routine, and not I'm using more willpower for this and I'm using more willpower for this. By the time you're, midday, end of day, you're like, I'm all willpowered out. It's a bit of all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked a little bit in our past episodes about, the direction of where fitness is going, and how I think, remember one time we said like fitness instructors are going to become like your mindset coach as
Like your
well, like
therapist,
your
basically.
therapist.
Yeah.
Like I feel,
Yeah.
because I feel like when we talk about the like health, we always talk about this, like you need that mind body connection. So I feel like
Hmm.
you yourself, like when someone comes to you, as I'm assuming you do private coaching, right? Like how
Yeah.
much coaching are you actually doing with the mental side of things with your clients? And I feel like that's literally what they're getting, the
So
whole package
much.
when they come to you.
Yeah. It's so much. It's a lot more than I think we even talk about. And we should talk about it
You're
a lot
probably
more.
getting more information from your clients than even you want to at times.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
know that,
yeah,
like, when you're in coaching, and sometimes you're like, I just want to
You do it
offload
too.
onto
Yeah.
someone. Yeah, it's like a bartender. You're in a space where you're like, there's someone that I trust, and you
yeah,
know what? I want to like offload, and you're probably like, hey, let's get back to
yeah,
it.
yeah. Because also training your physical is so ingrained into also your mental. To get someone to lift a PR, let's say it's PR day, to get them to that mindset where they believe they can lift that PR, it takes getting to know them. It takes, for my female clients, getting to know their cycle. What part of the cycle are they on?
Yeah.
So what kind of mindset have they come into the gym
Love
with?
it.
How they feeling? How have they
Yeah. Because
eaten?
not
So,
everybody knows that.
so by the time you're there, it's like you're in their mind. You're in, you have to get in there. So it's so much mental energy, and sometimes even you need that from them, because there are times they come in and they have more energy than you. So just from the
Mm,
first minute of greeting your client, you can tell, okay, here we go. And if they don't
mm.
have it and you're struggling to get it and the session is not great, then also you have the guilt afterwards of, man, so did I not do my job well, because the energy was just not there from both of us. Yeah, those are the days you remember, you're like, okay, I should charge 10 times more for this service, because I need
Yeah,
to
you're
bring it
drawing from
every
a
time.
deep well that is
Yeah,
empty sometimes. Yeah, I
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
can correlate with that with teaching now, because when
yeah. Now
there's
that you're
days when you're
teaching.
just like, hey, today everything just was perfect and it worked. You have energy, people walk in, they mirror your energy, you feed off of each
Yeah,
other, and it's amazing.
yeah,
And then some
yeah.
days you're
It's so
like,
off.
it happened to me last week. I had no energy in the morning and I was like, shit, it's going to be so
Mm,
bad. And then the
mm,
first client walked in and she was like, it's so cold, but I was so energized to come and I was so excited.
yeah,
Immediately, I like fed off of her
Yeah.
energy and I was like,
yeah,
give me more,
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
me more,
Yeah.
give me more. And it was great. And then some days they don't give it to you, you don't have it to give to them. And you're exactly that guilt. You're like, ah, they're paying for a service, and
Yeah.
maybe I'm not
Yeah.
giving them the value.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to get it from somewhere. And that's
Dig
when I
deep.
think your mindset comes in, the
Yeah.
same way that you have to be in the right frame of mind before lifting that PR. You have
Yeah.
to be like, it has to happen, even if I'm not
Yeah.
there yet. What do I need to do to get there?
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that practice of
Absolutely.
training the mind is across the board
It's
applicable.
across.
Yeah, it's so important. And also understanding yourself well enough to know
Mm.
when you're like to read those dips and those
Yeah.
breaks in yourself. So
Yeah.
knowing, you know what, today I'm actually not feeling right.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something that will help me come out of this. Or
Mm-hmm.
this is a destructive pattern. I need to actually come away from that. And actually, that brings me to the post that you brought up a
Yeah.
Mm.
couple of weeks ago,
Let's
which
talk
I
about
Mm.
was
that.
like, immediately I saw it, I was like, Shiv, please come on the pod. We need this. We need everybody, but not that everybody listens to this pod, but I just wanted
Yeah.
to like have it somehow like harnessed in whatever message that it is that we try to put out to the world. I was like, people need to hear this. So why don't you walk us through, I guess,
That post.
yeah, what came behind that, and then the post
Mm.
itself, because yeah, I know some of our listeners haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
They will by now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Where do I start? Hmm. So first, just to talk about what we're talking about before on mindset, let me just say that I read a lot also. Well, not read like read, but I listen to audiobooks a lot. I struggle with reading because I feel sleepy. But I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to change that mindset. So yeah,
Oh, nice.
I'm into very many self-help, psychology kind of books that just kind of help you figure out your mindset, and people mastery and self mastery books. So I'm into that. So if anyone's also thinking about how to start, I think that would be a good way to start to figure it out. Yeah. So the post from last week, it was it was a scary one because it was the first time I was vulnerable. Like I feel like I've been vulnerable like that in a very long time online to my audience, and even in that sense, actually. So over the years, or rather since I can remember, whether it's from uni, I've always indulged in, let's say, drinking or what's legal to talk about here?
Oh,
in
you can say
a
marijuana. It's legal in
Yeah.
Germany.
Yeah.
okay,
Smoking.
smoking, yeah, and maybe what else? And chewing. Mira is legal here.
Oh, yeah.
So
Is that like
I
each
don't
of
know.
chewing
those,
tobacco?
No, it's not tobacco, and I have no idea what
it's
is
cut,
legal. Is that what it is? But
cut,
it's
What's
like a
cut?
root, right?
cut. Mira, it's
Yeah,
it's the stems, the ones
oh,
you
it's
pull the
stem.
skin, you chew the skin, jabba juice, jabba. It's a stem.
I
It's
don't
like
know
a
what it is.
bush that grows, like a tree that grows mostly Meru sides.
Mm.
It
Yeah,
almost looks like a
it's
coffee
indigenous,
tree.
right? Like they
Yeah.
wouldn't have an equivalent in Europe.
No, no, they don't grow
But
it
you
there.
might have
It's
it in the
grown
Middle East. You might have it in the Middle
Middle
East.
East.
Those people
Yes,
enjoy it
it's very
also.
big. It's very big in the Middle East.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah,
I need to figure out what
yeah.
it's called in Arabic. I'm sure it has a
yeah.
name.
You chew it
Cut,
and you have to
cut.
spit every now and then, and
Khat.
it's like red.
Yeah, the only drink
KHAT.
Khat. Yeah, you drink the juice, but you don't swallow the actual pulp. Like you keep it here, and it keeps. You've seen the guys with the big cheeks. The cheek has like grown
Oh,
big because
that's
they've.
what they're doing.
Yeah, so you
Then it
keep.
keeps releasing.
Yeah, it keeps releasing.
Uh,
Exactly. That's how it happens. That's why now there's Jabba juice. So people just drink the juice instead of having to chew and do all that.
what do they do? That can't be good for the oral health.
It's not good for the oral health. And that's why, yeah, so many have teeth problems and everything.
And you
If you
This
Googled
drink
it.
too
I just
much.
did a quick Google. I gotta share this. It says, "Why do Muslims use cut to stay awake
It's
for prayer?" I don't know how.
Stay awake for.
I don't know how legit that is.
That sounds so counterproductive.
that's not
It
legit,
says
but it's
and it
common.
says religious men.
It's
This is just
common.
what Google said. I'm not saying this. Like, please, nobody
You
Yeah.
know, they were.
Oh my
It's
God.
common
We are not
within the Arab and Somali communities.
Somaliland, it says.
Somalia.
Somalia.
Oh, does it say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Somalia is definitely
Yeah,
a big
very
fan.
common. It's
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
million
Also
million
of
dollar business actually.
the industry itself.
Yeah,
Wow.
because it's considered halal or not haram. Let's just say that
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
not haram.
haram.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so I've always done
Interesting.
these things. Yeah, yeah, and I'm Meru, and it's also grown in Meru. So my
In
first
your
encounter,
area,
my first
you
encounter
had
with
no
it was
chance.
as a child. That's the first time I ever tasted. I was like 10 or something.
Wow.
Um, but okay, so back to the story. So I've always done these things, but I've never done them in a way that I feel like it's been a crutch. It's always for fun times kind of thing. It's always over the weekend. One day over the weekend, and yeah, that's that. And moving on all week is fine. Then maybe this weekend I won't even touch, then the next weekend. So that's how it has always been. But last year, it's 2025. So from 2025 is when I started really pushing to launch my clothing line. That's Rotator Clothing, which is my activewear clothing company. Yeah,
We will,
right
we will
there.
put it in.
So I started really pushing for it, and I made it happen. But I made it happen through a lot of stress. I didn't anticipate the kind of stress I'd have, because it started off with having some investors on my side. And halfway through the process of ordering products, the investors left. So we've already started
Okay.
production. Production is halfway there, and they've dipped. And I'm on my own
Um,
with 2 million already invested, 2 point
Oh my
something million
God.
already invested in China. Um,
yeah.
And now I don't have any money coming in from the investors because they've left. So what do I do next? So now I have to now look for more money, and I need another 2 million.
Yeah, I
So
was gonna
I'm
say
like,
there's halfway in
where am I
deficit.
getting another 2 million from overnight? So it was basically pitching left, right, and center to everyone and anyone kind of thing. And that was starting to really take a toll on my mental health,
Mm.
especially because I had, and I've been told, once you get into such businesses, you start to become a beggar. And I was like, yeah, okay. I saw it. I was
You were
literally
like, could never
knocking.
be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, hi.
You lived
So,
it.
are you in the space to invest or looking for an investment? Like every single week, even twice
Everything
a
was a
week,
business
I'm pitching.
opportunity.
Yeah. There's no
Yeah.
conversation
No,
you were
Um,
having that
you're
wasn't.
you're out for coffee. Oh, let me tell you about my
not
like anything and
exactly.
everything. Yeah.
And you see hearing no, 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 it starts to take a toll. You start to lose the confidence and the hope.
Oh man.
And so,
Oh,
but you still have to keep pushing. I'm like, yeah, I'll just keep pushing. I'll just keep pushing. So I started to cope by starting to chew a lot more because I was staying up till like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. almost every night, just on, looking for investors online, like even cold calling and like people I don't know. Like I see them in an investment forum, like Nairobi Investment Forum, nini, sending emails and just trying to figure out, applying to different funds, different whatever I could, basically. So I was spending at least 4 or 5 nights a week chewing. I was spending, and I was like, okay, I'll just do it for now because I need to keep working. I need to stay up. Then now, and I wasn't drinking for the first 7 months of 2025 because I stopped because I knew
yeah, I
there'll
remember.
be a lot of stress. I kind of anticipated it. So chewing was what I was going towards. But by August, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be drunk. I need a drink. This Mira is not doing it for me. So now I'm jumping on this alcohol also. And you see,
Yeah.
the thing with Mira and alcohol is they cancel each other out.
Yeah.
You don't get high on alcohol if you're chewing. It
Okay.
cancels, so it's like I'm chewing, I'm drinking, I'm chewing, I'm drinking. And
Yeah.
that was
So
the
the
case
levels get
for
higher and higher
a
because
number
you're
of
not getting
months.
the
Till,
effect.
yeah, it started to get to a point where Mira is basically called the poor man's cocaine kind of thing. Let me just say that. That's what it's known as. Um, So it got to a point when I started to feel bad. I started to feel just anxiety when I'm chewing. And even now that I finally got some people who loaned me the money, I was still continuing with the bad habits. Now,
Mm.
the bad habits were now just part of who
Like
it was
locked
just
in now.
part of
Yeah.
locked in,
Part of your daily habits now. Yeah.
it's kind of a daily habit thing, after I work out, miserable workout because I just need to work out. I just know I need to work out. I work out, but not because of anything. I work out very miserably because I've slept probably 3-4 hours into the gym, workout sucks, come out, and by 2 p.m., I've started chewing and drinking. So now instead of starting later at night, I'm starting earlier in the day so
Yeah.
that I finish earlier into the night
Uh,
so that I can, so
the lies we tell ourselves.
exactly, I started to really make all these excuses,
All these
so that I can find,
bargains you do with yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
So
finish earlier one. Oh my God. Yeah.
yeah,
Funny
yeah.
when you hear
Let me
someone else
start
say
earlier so I finish earlier.
finish earlier.
So I can get 2 hours extra of sleep. Although this extra sleep was just, I was getting no
Not
REM in my
Not
sleep
quality.
because I
quality
Yeah.
of
track
sleep.
my sleep. So the quality was off. I was getting zero REM, maybe one day a week. I was getting just light sleep, deep and a bit of light sleep. Like it was messed up. So I started to get a lot of anxiety because now also what I was getting in from Rotator when it finally came and we launched and
And it's
everything
doing
was coming
amazing.
in, but
You know.
everything is still going now into paying loans. So, it's like I'm getting money, but I'm just paying people back. Getting paid people now I'm starting to get stressed again because I'm like, okay, what's happening? So I was just getting into a very vicious cycle. And I felt like it needs to stop because I was getting more anxiety than happiness or relief or whatever it was I was looking for from all the drugs that were in my system. My workouts weren't great. I think I looked at myself in the mirror someday and I was like, oh my God, um, that's not that's not my body. That can't be that can't be my
Yeah.
physique right now. I
That's
was
Yeah.
like,
usually like the
The
reality.
wake
That
up
you
call.
mirror,
know,
there's that day that you're like,
yeah, I was like, what is that? I was like,
when?
what's that? Like my
When
chest is
did that
like,
happen?
I was like, what's that? I was like, nah, nah, nah. Coming from what I know my body can be, I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
something has to change. And I've done this fasting before. Last year I did a 72 hours fast and I felt amazing after. So this year I was like, you know what? Let me try and reset it because now it has come to a point where this mirror is just addictive and I'm physically feeling like I need it. I want it. So how do I
Mm.
stop myself from wanting it? Let me fast. So just to starve my body of basically any
Everything.
Everything. Yeah.
everything. So hopefully that will kill the urge, which it did. And I was very happy about that. I haven't chewed since,
Mm.
and actually I have no interest right now. So that was why I brought it up. I was feeling like I, that substances was starting to have control over my life, in a way that I did not want them to, and I felt like I was going down, a slippery slope. And then there was the shame of how do I talk about this? Because as a fitness professional who
Mm.
everyone, you feel like people are looking up to you. People are constantly, maybe in your DMs, telling you how you're the SI unit of where we want to get to, whether it's family goals, whether it's body goals, whether it's business goals. You kind of feel ashamed to talk about how you're struggling with some things because it's like, oh my God. Because now also it's like with self identity, you're like, how do I talk about this and still will people still listen
Still
to
Yeah.
trust
trust
will
me.
will
Still,
trust me,
yeah.
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 but I
You're
was
not
like
allowed to be human
Yeah.
almost.
exactly, but I
Yeah.
felt like I have to be honest because it was like doing me a number inside. I'm like, I have to be honest about it. I have to just come out, and the response I got has been overwhelmingly the opposite of what I thought. It has been so
Mm.
encouraging. It has helped more people than I thought. I thought people will run away because they're like, this guy can't help us anymore. But instead people have been drawn towards me more because they're like, now he's relatable. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Exactly.
Before guys thought I was like, you
Yeah.
know, it humor this machine, and that wasn't the case. So it felt good to just come out and be like, this is the struggles, and this is what I'm doing to come out. And I'm not there yet, 100%, but I'm on that journey.
But I think that's
Yeah, I
the
think I've
beautiful part is
summarized.
that it's a work it's a work in progress,
Yeah,
and people can see that, and they'll see that, oh, you've been through something. Because I think as coaches, like you guys are fitness coaches, I'm like a holistic health coach, like we feel like we always have to have it all put together all the
yeah,
time. And so at the same
yeah,
time, though, when we talk to people about their struggles, like sometimes they're going, oh, well, you don't know, you can't understand
yeah,
me, like you don't get it.
yeah,
But now it's
yeah,
like, no, like you are living it and
And I
you
think,
are
yeah,
open about it.
yeah, it actually
yeah,
legitimizes it
yeah,
in
Yeah.
a way, even more so, because like everything else that you've done, where you have tried all these different workouts, where you have said, I wasn't good at this and I wasn't afraid to come in at the bottom and work my way up. It's the same
yeah,
thing. That's where the inspiration comes from, that
Yeah.
genuineness to be able to say, I don't have to be the best, and
yeah,
I'm okay to talk about that and bring you along to see my
yeah,
journey. Like,
yeah,
even when I saw that, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
because you can even hear the sincerity in your voice when you talk about it. And that's what really resonates with people at the end of the day. It's, yes, social media, we like to see curated content and we like to see
mm-hmm,
things that are like beautiful and all of that. But at the heart of it, we're all human beings. And this
yeah,
is how we connect. So to
yeah,
find someone like both their humanity that you can relate to and be like, oh, I know what it feels like to be afraid to
yeah,
talk about, and still he's doing it. That
It
is
was
yeah,
actually one
beautiful,
of the
man.
strongest things that you've done, is
Yeah.
to
yeah.
be able to
Thank
speak
you.
about it. So,
Thank you.
And I feel as a
I
man
mean,
too,
and yeah,
Yeah,
like it's
yeah,
hard for men to be vulnerable. Like they're not taught that. So for you to also use your platform and to say,
especially in our culture, your culture
Arab,
also,
Arab,
like,
they don't
hold it
feel
same,
the
in,
feels. You're
same.
not allowed to
Yeah,
feel the feels. You got to just suck it up,
walk it
suck it
off.
up.
walk it off, literally walk it
You
off.
know, yeah, because I was like, man, got to a point I was like, I can barely afford food. Like, um, I'm fortunate enough to have a partner who is amazing and has been there all through it. I'll just give her her flowers right now because she
Yes,
really
can we take a
held
pause,
held us
please?
up.
And can I just say, and I wanted to say this at the beginning in the intro as well, Shiv is one half of a beautiful power couple as well. And his partner is, in her own right, super accomplished, gorgeous. They have two beautiful girls together, the cutest dog in the world as well.
Yeah,
And yeah, you guys have been, you were high school sweethearts, college sweethearts,
uni, yeah, uni.
uni, yeah. So they
Yeah,
are like you,
Hashtag couple
that,
goals.
yes, yes. And then you see them together and you're like, goals. And so,
yeah,
so
Mashallah,
inspiring, not
mashallah.
just with how they look, but also with the fact that like you can see that there's a symbiosis there that
yeah.
is really beautiful.
Yeah. So it helped me. That definitely helped me through it all because, the shame, and it's so weird because it's like you don't know where this shame is coming from, especially, as a man in this country, because no one
Yeah.
is actually like, holding it to you, but it don't know if it's
Yeah.
internal or what, but it's like, how do I'm not able to provide right now. I'm struggling to pay my rent. Struggling to pay the fees. I'm barely getting through,
Oh my
the
goodness.
car
Wow.
is broken down. I'm just like, oh my God, does this make me less? Your self-confidence starts to go. Then you start to realize, okay, have I attached all my worth to these things? Is this
Things.
what I'm worth? Is this everything I am as Shiv? Is this everything I am as a human, as an individual? So it's like also now fighting to separate yourself from, I am just a provider in this and this, to I'm more than that. And also trying to tap into that energy is something I'm working on. So that it's like, whether I have it or I don't, I know who I am and I still move with the confidence that I need to, and I need to show up how I need to show up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one. That's kind of where
This
we are.
is also incredible
you know.
for us here as well, because like we know about some of the struggles that, society and those pressures that men have to endure, but we don't
Yeah.
experience them as women, obviously.
Yeah.
But we are mothers of sons, and we are always thinking about
Oh.
what are these pressures that are happening or that stand in the way of our sons
Mm,
being who they should be, or lie
mm,
ahead for them that we
Yeah.
can anticipate and think about and really try and help nurture and guide them through. So having people who are open about that as men who are saying, yes, this happens, but there's also a way to talk about it, to acknowledge it, and to
yeah.
still be a man about it, to still be about your
Yeah.
shit about it. And in fact,
Yeah.
talking about it is being about your shit. Like
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
That's such
where
a
Yeah.
the strength is so
beautiful thing.
encouraging to hear, because that's what we're always like, guys, you have to talk to us about everything. And
Yeah.
already the socialization is there, you can see with like our
Yeah.
preteens, where they're like,
I don't
tell
want to
you
talk to
about it.
you. Ugh.
And you're like, where is this coming from? Because we're trying to
Yeah.
Yeah.
indoctrinate too
We've
much.
we've given you
Stop.
the open door, like come,
Yeah.
like
Oh
Yeah, you're like,
wow. Yeah.
no, it's social pressure is so strong and so subliminal and quiet. It just creeps in. And then suddenly you realize you're behaving in a way that you don't even know where it came from.
Yeah.
Um, and certainly I know in Kenyan culture, even especially, it's changing, but
Yeah.
it's very, very gradual with men and talking about
Yeah.
mental health, and talking about, and especially vices, because
Yeah.
we love the party. We're a society that loves to drink, and it's almost such a social thing that you're
Mm.
almost ostracizing yourself to say, no, I don't
Yeah.
drink, and people are like,
Yeah.
what's wrong
why?
with
Like,
you?
you know,
What's wrong?
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so it's courageous on so many different fronts. So I think
Yeah.
that you've spoken to so many different demographics in sharing that, because you're even
Yeah.
speaking to mothers who are like, okay, how do I,
Yeah.
Yeah.
navigate this?
Yeah.
It's not just other men, it's not just boys, it's a huge demographic, because it spoke very
Yeah.
loudly to me. And also we go through vices as well. So it spoke
Yeah.
It was very
very directly.
human. It was like, like we
We're
could I
human.
think
Very
everyone
direct
could
level.
relate to it.
So
Yeah.
I
And also
thank you
it's
for sharing that. I think, did you have a feeling after you had shared it and you'd posted it? Were you like, "Ugh, should I take it back down?" Or
No, he even said I
I
might take
was
this down at some point. He said
in
maybe
the
I'll
in the
take it down. I don't know. I
it's
remember either
probable that
I think
I
I don't know how
probably
long
said
I'll keep
something
it
like
up.
that,
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
but I was scared. I was so scared of how, I don't know, just like how people will look at me and think about me. And I was like, what have I done? I was actually scared. I was relieved that I've let it out and I felt good. I felt amazing. But the pressure wasn't from internal, it was external pressure that I was pressuring myself with. Like I was starting
Mm.
to think about how other people are thinking, sort of like that really doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's how am I feeling? I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling great. And also, I think it's also because I didn't want people to think that I don't like this victim mentality. I want people to, just like, oh, I was saying just, oh, I'm a victim now. And, I just want, no, like, no, that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here so that it's like, oh, yeah, I'm
Then you get
here
pity. Yeah, I
just
was
to
gonna say,
Yeah.
oh
share,
yeah, yeah.
maybe help. And, but this is what I'm doing just to encourage. It was also for me just to encourage myself, just to be honest about it. And it felt good. And from then I'm like, yeah, it feels good to be honest about these struggles. It has only taken me 36 years to finally talk about it, but
Oh, you're such a
finally
baby.
here. Yeah.
No, I think you did it
Yeah,
beautifully.
I
I
feel I
honestly
feel
chapeau,
mentally
honestly.
inside I feel about 45 to 50. I
Yeah,
think it's because of
yeah.
hanging around so many, everyone, even Shiko is older than me, Shiko is a year
Mm.
older
Oh, I
than
didn't
me.
know that. That's his wife.
Yeah, Shiko is
Oh,
a year
okay.
older. Um, everyone, mostly 90% of people I hang around are 40s and above. So I think because of that,
That's
my
why you're so
mentality,
wise beyond your years. That's the real
I
reason.
think so. So
Yeah.
mentality wise, it's like, but also I realized it was putting pressure on me in ways because you guys you've already seen a lot more, you've been a lot more, you've worked a lot more. So you're different parts of your life. and I'm like comparing, I'm like 35, comparing myself to a 50-year-old, like, damn, this guy has a Range Rover, yeah? Like,
I should
why
be
don't I
there. Why
have
am I not
one?
there?
Yeah, why am I not there? We hang out together. We're together twice a week, every week. Why don't I have that? You know, and even they keep reminding me that, like, I've worked 20 years more than you have. I have, you know, I've reached a certain point of, you know, so it's like learning to step back and appreciate and have gratitude for where I am right now.
You are right
And
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Speaking of that, because learning how to pace yourself even as you're on your journey, that's something that's also like a really conscious thing at times when you know, okay, well, this is the way to do what I want to do. That's where I want to be. And you just almost want to race
Yeah.
down that road and be like, yeah, let me just go there. And, you know, sometimes like there'll be roadblocks and there'll be things that make you like pump the brakes.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, on a lighter note,
Mm-hmm.
about pacing. So there is a dispute, and I'm sure this footage has also gotten lost somehow in the archives.
It was never there.
Of
I'm seeing a recurring theme here.
of I believe back when Shiv and I sometimes we used to train together, and there was content. Only part of that day's training is actually
Yeah.
still visible on your page, I think. Of when we were doing like stair runs, it's during a time you were doing a
Yeah.
bulk. So I
Yeah.
think you were trying to get up to like, I think at that time you were like 100 and something kilos.
I was trying to get to 100. I was probably at 98 at that time. I was like way too big
He
for
was,
anything
as I say,
athletic.
he was dragging a wagon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I was like,
we were
I was
training
like,
and
yeah.
at the stadium, at the national stadium. So we did like stair runs for a while. That was like warm up. Then we are like, oh, let's do some, some laps. And at one
Yeah.
point we were like, let's do like a sprint, like one lap.
Yeah.
If memory serves, and it does, I kicked Shiv's ass. Okay, kicked ass is
Yeah.
maybe extreme. I
Yeah.
came in at the finish line
First.
Yeah.
before Shiv.
Yeah.
In his defense, he was bulking, he was carrying a lot of
Actually
extra weight.
I'd never run before that day for months. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you were like, this is the
Yeah.
most I've run in like almost a year. And it was
Yeah.
400 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah, like unbroken.
You know, I actually forgot
And
about this. I think I blocked
of
it out as soon
course,
as the
because
race
selective
ended.
memory. I know.
Blocked
I
it. He
actually,
blocked
I
it.
remember now. I remember now for sure. But I
Mhm.
think immediately after the race, I was like, nope, that didn't happen. It's never happening again.
Literally, the brain was like erased
Yeah.
from
It's like,
memory. Empty trash.
And throw out the
Gone. Because
Yeah.
I remember crossing the finish line and laughing as I was
Yeah.
looking back. And I was like, I have to gloat about this forever because obviously it will never happen again.
It
Well, you
won't
never
happen.
know. I think you need to
There
test
ain't
it
no
out
way.
again.
No,
Ain't
it's
no
never going to
way.
happen again.
Ain't no way.
Even if he
Now,
has
now,
a
now,
laugh, he will never
now
let it
I
happen.
keep myself. Now I run
I don't
even 3 times a week. I keep myself athletic. It ain't happening. It ain't
It's not, yeah.
happening.
No, and I knew that too. I knew it.
But Lisa
Even
is
if
fast.
he couldn't have done
Lisa
it.
is fast. I'm saying
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
fast. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you did track in
Yeah,
high school,
especially
I
those
know.
days,
So
in my
Wait,
younger
but
days.
he's saying he would not let you
Let me tell you,
win, or he's saying you would beat him again.
he would never let
no,
it happen. I know that.
no,
I know that. Even if it meant he has
can't
to
happen.
collapse finish line, it would
Yeah.
never happen again.
But you wouldn't let it happen either.
I could do everything I could try to do, and I know Shiv will never let me come across the finish line before
No.
Guys,
him.
I think for
on a
our
race
viewers,
ever again.
our viewers are gonna want to see this now.
Also, in
Okay.
my defense,
Challenge
Yeah.
accepted.
I'm much older than Shiv, so the knees. You know what we're dealing with.
I know.
Ailments.
Yeah.
No.
So
I'm just hearing a lot of excuses right now. But okay.
So, guys, let us know in the comments if you would like to see this rematch at any point in time.
Yes.
We will see.
It'll
what we
happen.
I
do.
will raise my hand to
Maybe
that.
I'll do it with Shiv after he does the next 24-hour workout. Then, like the last workout, hour 24.
Yeah.
That's so messed.
400 meters. That's the only way.
That that I'd win for sure. That last hour is when all the energy comes.
It's when you spike, right? Yeah,
Yep.
it's pure
For that
adrenaline.
running on pure adrenaline, nothing else. But
Nails.
yeah,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
some time back, someone had floated the idea of me doing the 24 hours in another country. So I don't know. I mean, if it ever happens and comes to pass, yeah, maybe I'll be in Germany,
Yeah.
maybe I'll be in Berlin, maybe Bonn, maybe somewhere in the
Yes,
UK. You
Yeah. It
never
would be
know,
reason
man.
enough for us to take Flex in the City on the road.
we will come to where you're
Yeah,
at. Like, let's
yeah,
do this.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Just pick
But I'm thinking
your
about
time of
it.
year because it's hardship over here.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
hardship.
We are going into,
Oh no.
it started raining now, but it's still quite
Yeah.
hot. I mean, it's still like 24 degrees, but with some showers. And now I'm just like, what is
Those
this? I
summer
want it to be
rain.
27. Yeah, I want it to be 27. But it's good for the dust.
Listen.
So we have no dust now, finally. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish. I miss seeing dust. I never thought I would say this. I
I
miss
miss dust too.
dust. I
Dust.
miss
Oh,
it.
I miss it
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay.
anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm so glad that we actually got the chance to speak because I think even from before, even after the very first time you were on Flex in the City, I think we talked about you coming back at some point, and then it's just been scheduling, and then we were off the grid, and then we stopped, and then we
Mm.
started again, and so to finally like come back and make this happen has been
hmm
really such a blessing for us. So thank you
Yeah.
Thank you
so much.
so
And
much.
I asked you like literally be expecting you to be all like I have
I'm
100K
too
plus
big.
followers. So I'm gonna have to look, here's my agent, talk to my agent and find out when I
No,
can like live
no.
in. Like immediately, let me tell you guys, this is the type of person Shiv is. I like DM'd and I was like, hey, it would be great to have you on the pod sometime. And I was even trying to make it seem nonchalant. I was like, sometime. And then he's like,
Yeah.
next week,
I love
when you have
that.
time. And I was like,
Yeah.
so
But
thank you for
that's
that.
who I
And thank
am.
you for
That's
the
how I
commitment to
am.
telling that story.
Yeah, I'm saying that's how I am. That's who I am. I'm
Yeah.
very a now person. I don't like what do we it's let's do it, Are we
Yeah.
starting this? Let's start this business. I like to start and fail quick. I believe in that. If I'm failing, I'm failing quick.
Yeah, because
And
Because then you
if I'm
learn and you
succeeding, I'm
can,
succeeding
yeah,
quick, Yeah.
yeah,
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 Let's learn
fair.
quicker. Let's learn
yeah,
quicker. But yeah,
yeah.
I
Fair.
mean, I'd never not come to your podcast, Gada, Lisa. Um, not
Thank you
just because
so
we're
much.
friends, but because of what it stands for in terms of wellness and fitness. I think we need more of these spaces, not just,
Right.
how do I put this, for a more diverse audience. Is this the politically correct way to say it?
Yes.
Yes,
Hosts and
Yes.
yes,
audience, yeah,
yeah.
because generally speaking, there's just a lot of yeah, for more of a diverse audience and hosts and podcast in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just the usual also themes of buy, consumerism. I think I talked about this, just, it's just buy, buy this, buy that. And, oh, there's some themes which I'm just like, oh my goodness, are we just going to talk about this all the time? So for me, this
Yeah.
is something that's dear and I would always show up for this. Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, thank you so
Thank you for
much.
having me.
Thank you so much
We
for being
appreciate
here.
you so
And I'm
much.
sure our listeners will be so grateful as well for us
Yeah.
having you because there's so many gems that are here that we're walking away feeling also even doubly inspired.
Yeah.
So that's great. And I know that's going to resonate with everyone who's listening. So it's a gift to everyone involved. So thank you so,
Yeah.
so much. Mhm.
Thank you. Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you,
I
Shiv.
appreciate it. Awesome.
Thank
This was nice.
Thanks. Yeah, it
Thank
was
you.
lovely. Thank you. So I think on that note, unless you have anything else to add, or anything that you wish to say in closing.
Just for my listeners, my audience, those who watch this, I'd like you guys to follow Flights in the City, follow Lisa, follow Gada. For those of you in Germany, looking to do Pilates or into holistic wellness, those are your people. I have people in Germany. I know people have purchased clothes from Germany, and a lot of my audience comes to Germany a lot. And follow you guys on IG too. And for your audience, follow me on IG at Shiv Simani and
Yeah,
at
Yes.
Rotator
please follow
Activewear.
Shiv.
That's my
Um,
activewear brand for men and women. Best
All of that.
clothes, most comfortable
super
activewear you'll
cute. And I
find
like that
this
you
side
took
of the
into
Sahara.
account angling and
Yeah,
shaping and all of
yeah,
that stuff, as
yeah.
well as functionality.
Yeah,
So
we did just slap a logo on that. We fully customized our outfits to fit our body types and to handle our weather. And also functionality. I've been in this long enough to know what kind of clothes and how they're supposed to function. So, yeah, that's all.
wonderful. All right. Well,
Thank
thank you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Thanks for the plug.
I'll push it. Don't worry, don't worry.
Thank you
It's
so
Thank
coming.
you
much.
so much.
It's coming. Yeah,
Amazing. And guys, on that note, we are going to thank you for tuning in. And again, if you have any questions for us, if you have questions for Shiv, can we welcome people to slide into your DMs respectfully
yeah,
and ask you anything more
Anything they
about what
want.
you've shared
yeah.
and yeah, and check out the activewear or let us know if there's anything else that you'd like us to ask or to discuss in future episodes as well.
Possibly with Shiv again.
Yeah. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you
Bye.
Okay,
guys.
Shiv.
Thank
We'll
you.
let you go now. Take
Thanks
care.
so much.
Bye.
See you.
Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Flex in the City. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely do that. Leave us comments below. Anything you want to hear us discuss more on this show, any questions you might have. And of course, you can reach out to Shiv, and we'll leave all of the links, for his
Instagram.
brand and his fitness brand and Instagram, and all of those we'll leave in the description. And we will see you here again next week. Until next time.
Bye.